You guys know my Sonic OC Mira, right? Well, I made a video about her a while ago, and while I am happy how she came out, I still feel like I can do more for her. I want her to blend in as a Sonic character, but I don't know how to do it. Thankfully, fellow Tumblr artist Astrophysician is not only a Sonic fan, but a very skilled character designer. I find him so smart about designing characters that I ask him about Mira, even asking them for some criticism, and thankfully, they responded and gave me the criticism I need to make my OC more Sonic-like. Here's everything they said. The inspiration from Silver is clear in the Cups and Souls. Given that she's from Silver's time and knows him, it's likely that she might have found similar technology to his, so that's fine. However, I would encourage you to consider giving Mira her own look anyway. Sonic characters are each very distinct like that. I want to see technology accessories made specifically for Mira, because it will tell me a lot about who she is and what she can do. I didn't know how I should give Mira her own design as a girl from the future, especially since designing futuristic clothes is still a bit of a learning curve for me. That is until I thought of Baymax from Big Hero 6. You know how Baymax's eyes are just two dots connected with a line? Well, that's where I got the idea for her design on her cuffs, and maybe a pattern for her dress. I don't know what to make Mira's cuffs for her though. Mira has healing powers from her hands and fertilizing powers from her feet, but she is born with them and normally has complete control of them. And I don't see how her cuffs will have anything to do with her powers. She's a major geography enthusiast to the point where Silver jokes that she's a walking GPS with wings. But I don't see how her cuffs will be useful for her since she's just that good with geography. Well, except for maybe looking up for coordinates because I don't plan on having her to be that thorough. Mira idolizes Sonic as a hero so much that she wants to be a hero like him and make the world a better place. So maybe she uses her cuffs to do research about him. But that will make her cuffs a smartwatch, so not a unique idea. I was almost in a rut, but I do have a headcanon that I would like to share. According to the Sonic Wiki page, there was a website for Sonic 2006, and it said that apparently the people in Silver Zero have psychic powers, and it's completely normal. The problem is, the site has so many inaccuracies that it's likely to be non-canon. But I still like the idea though. I like the idea that Silver is not the only psychic in his era. And do you know what else are psychics? Telepaths. This doesn't apply to all telepaths, but they are at best a nuisance in Silver's era, but at worst, very predatory, always looking for someone vulnerable to prey on and exploit. Fortunately, there's technology advanced accessories that people can wear to protect them from the perverted mind readers. So Mira wears them for protection, and yes, Silver has them too. I mean, even if Silver's a telepath too, it shouldn't mean he's immune to them, so why not? The only other thing I might tweak about her clothes would be to add a secondary somewhere. I like the dark blue, but it's a bit overwhelming when it's on every single part of her. Changing or adding a color on the shoes or gloves will help. This can be small, only a single strip or panel will do. I'd recommend white or the same light blue color of her wings. This is where I get a little harsh on myself, but as I said before, drawing futuristic clothes are a bit of a learning curve for me to learn. Because there's so much variety of how people interpret what futuristic fashion will be like. Like say the Jensen's Adam Punk style to cyberpunk. Stressing myself on making it perfect doesn't help either, especially since Mira's original dress looks more like a regular modern dress if you get rid of the cuffs. However, I think I managed to make a passable futuristic dress. But do I like it? Not exactly. But I like it enough that I think it's something that Silver's people will wear, and I'm gonna stick with it until I find a more satisfying futuristic dress for her. I decided to add a white strap onto her dress since Astro finds the blue a bit overwhelming. They also suggested adding white on her gloves as well. I did apply to that, but in ended up feeling a little unbalanced between the white and the blue, so I went with gray. The biggest critique I have is her hair and skin tone. Bugs are not typically known for having hair or skin, so it feels a bit off. Try looking at photos of butterflies or any insects that interest you, and see if you can find some interesting shapes on their heads. If you're married to the hair, I think it can work if you make it a less natural color, or pure black since that's already in her design. If you end up going that route, a ponytail or braid will be cute and keep her hair away from her wings so she can fly more easily. The little curly bang is a good touch though. It reminds me of a butterfly's curled up proboscis. The swirl is probably intentional and not just because I thought it's a cute design. Anyways, Astrophysics brought up Charming and Joe as examples of sonic bugs. Neither of them have hair, and Charming only gets away with it because of his helmet, whereas his skin is because of his warm color palette. Not gonna lie, at first I thought it's a little egregious since there's only 2 official sonic bugs. That is until I started to think about it. The more I think about it, the more it makes sense, and the more I realize I might have made Mira more human-like and less bug-like. Not my intention. The hair is where I started, and let me tell you, it's not easy. I was looking up butterfly fur and found nothing, but learned that apparently the fuzz and bugs aren't fur, but chitin. And chitin, which is like that. I tried to have Mira's antenna designed as braids or pigtails like how Cream's ears look like pigtails, but it ended up making her look like a dog. I tried to look up butterfly heads, but they all look the same to me. Except for the blue Morpheus butterfly, which I thought that's the key to giving Mira a new hairstyle. Unfortunately, I couldn't figure out how to draw Mira's hairstyle based on the blue butterfly's head. I mean, I did try, but there's just something about it that feels off. Don't get me wrong, it has potential. I just need to find a new angle. Because I couldn't figure it out yet, I stuck with the hair, only this time I tied it up like Astrophysics suggested. And it's a bubble braid because what better way than to emulate it as a calipetter? Mira's muzzle was pretty tricky. In fact, I still don't know what color is better for her. I tried pastel blue, but it gives Mira a more icy feel like she has ice powers. I tried giving her a pink muzzle, but it feels a bit weird. I tried a pastel yellow, but it still came out as skin colored. I even tried a pastel gray, but it feels off. Eventually, I nearly gave up with the muzzle, but I stick with the pink since that's supposed to be her secondary color. Blue is her primary color, which, by the way, if you're wondering why her wings are different, it's because I'm not good with consistency. I even forgot what shade of blue I used for her wings until writing the script where I was trying to figure out where to put Mira's side view. Speaking of wings, I didn't mention this earlier and Astrophysics doesn't know it either, only because I didn't tell them that. Sorry, Astro. But the real reason why Mira's wings are blue and see-through is because her wings are made of graphene. For those who don't know what graphene is, they're a special material that's thinner than paper and stronger than steel. I learned that from Big Hero 6 the series, where a villain named Momokase, who has graphene blades as her weapons, and they are see-through and dangerous. They can cut through anything like butter, even steel. That's where I got the idea for Mira's wings, but with a spin. They're detachable, so she uses them as swords or knives as she pleases, but she never uses them to hurt people. In case Mira loses a piece of her wing, they can regrow new ones. Also, graphene is more flexible than rubber, which is something that I found out when doing my own research. And because of that, I thought Mira can use them as restraints since that's what she normally does when dealing with her enemies, before resorting to violence. Which, the more I talk about it, the more it's making me second guess whether or not I should let her have graphene wings or give her regular see-through wings and give her graphene blades hidden somewhere in her person. Mira has healing and fertilizing powers. Is it really necessary to give her unusual wings? Why would I give her graphene wings when she already has powers of her own? That question is coming from my idea of how I like to think about Silver's world. Not everyone has psychic powers, nor are they restricted to having only psychic powers. They can have other powers, and in Mira's case, there's butterflies that have wings that are other materials that aren't scales. To elaborate, there's butterflies that have wings that are made of electricity, water, copper, you name it, and Mira doesn't really stand up from her species of her era. But her healing and fertilizing powers does make her a target for all sorts of horrible people that want her powers for selfish or even power-hungry reasons. So Mira keeps them a secret with only Silver, Shadow, and Omega knowing about them. And yes, I have an idea where Shadow and Omega will be at Silver's era. Everything I said is really just a headcanon of mine when it comes to Silver's world. And now, I'm not sure if I still want to incorporate it. What do you guys think? I would love to hear some feedback from this after the video. And thank you so much, Astrophysician, for the feedback. I really appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Take care. The only other thing I might tweak about her clothes would be to add a secondary. I tried to have Mira's antennas designed as braids or pigtails, like how Cream's ears look like pigtails, but it ended up make. I think I need a pause. Whether or not I should let her have graphene wings or give her normal, regular see-through wings, and give her graphene blades instead somewhere and hidden somewhere in her. Almost done. Don't worry. Just finish the last paragraph.